All right, first day at Venetian, and pretty excited. The room is spectacular. We've never stayed here before, and we've wanted to. So, with my wife coming this today, and me shifting away from conference reality to a little entertainment and fun vacation mode, the Venetian is our spot because, again, never stayed here. I've hung out here plenty, and the conferences sometimes are centered around the Venetian. So I've enjoyed some of the restaurants, and of course, it's been here a while, so we visited and walked around. But the rooms, holy cow, really impressed with that. And it's like a two-level suite, honestly. I have a feeling my wife will want to stay here more often, but I do love these other places that I've talked about the last couple of videos. And what a night last night at Aria. And I teed it up a little on the thumbnail, played a little craps with Ty Lue, who is an NBA coach of the LA Clippers and was the Olympic coach, USA national team, where they won the gold medal. Just super cool guy and loves craps, and we really had a good time, honestly. And the just like it's so great when you're playing with someone like him and they're just down to earth and really appreciate the quality of the game. And again, it's like a culture when people who actually do know how to play and and really treat it appropriately, like it's a lot of fun. It's frustrating for people like us when others come in and just don't even really get it, but it's okay. It's all about welcoming. It's just shocking so many times that people join tables where the minimums are not small and just don't know how to do it. And of course, it just frustrates us because when you don't know how to do it, and then, it's just superstition. Like if you mess it up for us, uh, it is annoying. But anyway, when famous people play, which there are a fair bit, and especially sports celebrities, you get a lot of sports celebrities and especially at Aria. And I was trying to figure out why Aria, and it's Aria for those that aren't knowledgeable about Vegas. Aria has such a great craps atmosphere, and I was trying to figure it out. I'm going to compare it to the Venetian when I play today and on this trip. Just like I think it's the high ceilings. I'm like just super. I mean, the quality of the tables, the space, it just feels like it just feels different than any other place. Bellagio is super nice, but different kind of vibe, older crowd. It's palatial. It's the best dealers. It's when you play it at Bellagio, you almost feel like you're playing at like the Hall of Fame of craps in a way. But Aria is like the main spot for people who do really play super regularly here in Vegas. But I'm going to try Venetian out, and of course, other people have their opinions of where they like to play the Win. I don't go over there a ton just yet. I do want to explore it, but I'm really maximizing my enjoyment at some of the NGM properties. So, all right, enough of that. I've been talking about craps a lot on these videos and just Vegas and casinos, but now we're shifting. My wife comes in, like I said, we're super, I'm very excited. We have a lot of plans. I tend to load up the calendar with things that I want to take her to because I come here more often than she does. And so there's been places that I'm like, oh man, I'm going to save that. And when my wife comes, we're going to go do that. I'm purposely not saying names. We'll get over that in the future. But there's too many things on the list now, and I started to have to whittle things down. I wanted to take her to Awakening, which is a show at Wynn. Already put that off the list. Definitely want to try the Sphere because I've been wanting to go, and I didn't want to go without her. And I'm gonna really try to fit that in. But we have NFR Week, National Finals Rodeo. That's really why she's here. She really wants to check that out. So we're gonna pick a night for that. Cowboy Christmas is at the convention center. We've always wanted to do that. And again, we're not like Western country people, but we're embracing it a little bit. Like we're dipping our toe in there and maybe getting some boots. And our friend sells hats at Cowboy Christmas, so we're going to support him and visit that. And then, honestly, we're supposed to be looking at apartments for my son, who's moving here in January with his girlfriend, which is exciting for the family. But at this, and so we rented a car for Monday and Tuesday to go look at apartments. How am I going to fit all this in? I am a little bit stressed, and I'm supposed to play too because a host is taking care of me here at Venetian. I like it is funny that I feel like I have to play, but when you are being taken care of, and honestly, I love playing, so that's not going to be that hard. So we're going to fit that in. So every day I'll talk about the thing. So today it's Saturday, and I think we're going to focus on just hanging out here at the Venetian. There's a speakeasy that I wanted to slip into, and of course, pick a restaurant. You figure it would be an Italian restaurant, but we actually went to Venice earlier this year and spent a bit of time. So we're not here for the Italian restaurants. And honestly, like you can't beat the Italian restaurants in Venice. So we're going to explore some of the other places. There's a Japanese place called Wakuda that looks super great. And I'm just going to ask for some other tips for from people who, like my host, who knows this place. And we'll just be maximizing the Venetian. Tao is a nightclub restaurant that I've eaten at multiple times, and I just love the food there. But we've done it, and I think she'd be disappointed if I prioritize Tao again. And so that's it. The just going to be busy, and we're going to make the most of it. So when I talked yesterday a little bit about I Can't Hear You and communications, I really focused on communications in a work setting, and that's probably where I'm going to spend a fair bit of time. When I'm talking about communications, I'm mainly on this channel going to be talking about communications in organizations, because what I'm really intending to do here is help people get into my world, consulting primarily, but other opportunities to utilize technology skills, learn technology skills to participate in the space that I work in. I hire a lot of people, and I want to use this platform to try to connect with people who can come into this world, and also not just for me, to work for other people. And just, we really, really need more people. And so that is a foundation of this platform. But in regards to communications in your personal life, family, and such, there were two brothers that I was riding the elevator with yesterday at Aria, and the way they engaged with each other, and they were in their 80s, and it just made me so happy, honestly, emotional. Like, just the way they were together. They traveled together. I, of course, didn't get into it with them. It was a brief little encounter, but it was just love between brothers that has obviously lasted a long, long time. And they just appeared that they travel together. I don't know how often, but uh, it was just super nice. And honestly, it just reminded me of the importance of that those moments where you are reaching out to siblings and other family members and friends. It's not just family members. I'm not family, like, of course, I'm pro family, but friends, and just being able to have those bonds with people around you, man, just so important. And it all really comes down to communication, working through those negative moments, working through those times where you really want to give feedback or like advice without overdoing it, and then also taking advice and just being interested and sharing and listening, and not coming into conversations with a I'm going to win kind of attitude. What I try to help people understand, especially my children and anyone who listens to me, is that when you're in these engagements with someone else, whether it's a coworker, a boss, subordinate, friend, mother, father, um, you really don't lose points if you take a hit and admit fault and apologize, or at least just acknowledge that you probably could have done things differently. There's so often that we're like, all right, like I can't lose any ground in this. And it's just absurd. There's a group of people out there that think saying no, I mean, I'm sorry, that apologizing is bad. Like the guidance is like, be strong, don't apologize. Like, don't ever apologize. You're gonna what what the fuck? Like, honestly, like I don't believe in that at all. And you, of course, shouldn't over apologize. There are people that are just constantly saying sorry for things that they had nothing to do with. That's not healthy. But when you're in a communication or something with like, and you can take a little bit of a hit for the sake of that strength and give that person the space to be right and grow, you lose nothing. There's no scorecard. No one's going to come back to you and say, well, that time you took fault when it wasn't yours to take. You're now worse off. This video game doesn't keep track of that, and the relationship grows because of it. So we're going to talk a little more about that, and I think it's a real powerful space. I've practiced it, and it's worked for me, and I want to share that so that others can benefit from it. All right, I'm going to go down, have a little fun, and again, look out for the arrival of my wife. I'm going to ask her if I can include her in a thumbnail because I have tons of pictures of her, and maybe my thumbnails will be a little better. The picture today is of the Bellagio, which is, of course, just one of the best places in Vegas. All right, check it out.